Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Gracious good morning to you good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It's Friday. It's November 14th and it is 3:17 in the AM. Check this out. I need you to rock with me for a minute on this. You know, kids who grew up in the hood are built different. You know, what's that slogan for the Ford truck? Built tough. You know, for a kid that grew up in the hood, you know, especially when I was a kid, a lot of us didn't have extra money. You know, I remember my mother saving up to buy me. Now this was the quintessential bike back in the day, a Huffy. You were somebody if you had a Huffy bike. Now, you were really somebody if you had a Schwinn. But for us middle class kids, a Huffy with a banana seat, man, I had, now, please forgive the color, a pink Huffy with a banana seat, and it had a little white basket with flowers on the front. Now I was doing something big time. My brother, I believe his bike was a Schwinn. So that meant there was a little bonus money from somewhere. My brother had a Schwinn, and I don't know what they really call these things, but we called them sissy bars. So it was like a chopper motorcycle. That's it. And his bike had a stick shift. I believe that bad boy was green with flake paint. Yeah, so, you know, those were the prime toys. Those were the toys that, you know, mom would say, I want you to remember this because she's going to have to sacrifice somewhere down the line to accommodate you. So, yeah, you know, when I say we're built different, we're built different. You know, I keep hearing Gen X's talk about how tough they are and how hard they had it. Baby, I'm a boomer. We raised you. So you can imagine what the get down was like. But getting into my story, we're built different. I posted a video the other day. Before I get to the video, I want to elaborate on what I mean by built different. We had to make our own fun because we didn't have a lot of toys, like material stuff that, oh, so-and-so had a trampoline. You know, you were doing good. We had an old mattress that we found on the street or that your family was discarding. So we used that until the trash man came and picked that up. You know, I don't know one kid who grew up in the hood that does not know about pole-to-pole football. I don't know one kid that grew up in the hood that does not know about playing in the street. You know, you did whatever it is that you did. I mean, we had stuff for every season. You know, we had hockey sticks, but we didn't play with a puck. We played with a ball because we were on the street. You know, the goalie had old couch cushions belted to their legs or tied to their legs. You know, for the mask, we had a football helmet with a shield because somebody played Pop Warner. So we made our own fun. I mean, we had like basic stuff like baseball mitts and stuff. You know, and you knew you had fun. You knew the game or whatever it was that you were doing was the business when you damn near killed yourself. Seriously, you know, you'd come home all wide-eyed looking crazy. Oh, yeah, oh, you know, that was fun. You know, we have adrenaline junkies that go to the amusement park and ride the roller coasters. The bigger the roller coaster, the more the thrill. Like I said, if you damn near killed yourself, oh, you had fun. Now, getting back to, being built different. Posted a video the other day. I couldn't make out the person. The voice sounded male. On an itty bitty scooter. And I believe the video, I can't remember. It was either Kansas City or Portland. I don't know why those two cities stand out for me, but they were talking about the potholes. Now, they were on an itty bitty scooter. The scooter did not have like direct headlights, so I don't know if it was a legitimate model or if it was something that they jerry-rigged in order to, ride around, get about. It appeared to have 4 headlights, little mini headlights. It was dark out. The roads were wet. This individual, like I said, the voice appeared to be male, yelled something to the effect of Yahoo or something like they were having a good old time. Now, if you were looking at the road, like I said, the roads were wet. One thing you saw, and that was like a street grate, the little diamond plate, okay, metal on a wet road. But what you didn't see until the pièce de résistance was a pothole. And because it was dark and wet, my man hit that thing going full speed. And immediately became airborne. You could hear the crunch of the scooter hitting, or the wheel hitting that pothole, because it was really deep. So, then the end of the video was somebody trying to hold back laughter, but, couldn't. One of the comments I got was, "That's not funny. He could have had a concussion. He could have been seriously hurt. Imagine the cost." Really? Really? That's what we're going to do? Now let's go back to how you were raised. Like I said, when you damn near kill yourself, you had fun. But since you want to get all serious about it, let's talk about the situation. 1, you're on a lightweight scooter. 2, it's dark. 3, it's wet. Now, experienced riders ride with extreme caution when it's wet. And I know because I've ridden for years. My father rode a motorcycle, a very big one. It was a Kawasaki 1000, huge bike. So that being said, experienced riders know or weigh, is it worth it to even get on this thing, knowing that the weather is not conducive to this thing. The second thing is, it's wet. The metal grate was clearly visible, but you're like off to the shoulder of the road, like you were going to park. Now, when you're parking a bike, you don't ride up to the curb. You come off to the side of the road just a bit, and you back that bad boy up by walking it. You don't ride into a spot, then, turn your bike and no. You want to practice the rules of the road. You want to get out of traffic and then you want to back that thing up. By walking it, you straddle the bike and you take those steps. You hit that kickstand. Okay. So, I blame whoever that was for the accident, for just lack of skills, lack of vision. Yeah, it was a hot mess. And yeah, I did laugh. It's like, bruh, just get up, leave the bike, because you have no business on it, and walk yourself home. Call a cab. But by the looks of things, man, you needed an ambulance, because you hit that pothole full tilt. Now, let me tell you about potholes. I'm going to tell you about an experience I had in a car in a pothole. So I can imagine the level of ouch that my man received on that bike. Every morning I would come off the freeway, and just as you come off the freeway, it split two ways. Two lanes went to the left to surface streets. One lane, if you were like in the middle, went onto the freeway on-ramp. And another lane was usually for the trucks who were making an extreme right-hand turn to go to the produce terminals. So, it was a pretty heavily traveled road by both cars and trucks. And it was pretty weather beaten. Now, I live in the Bay Area. Bay Area has earthquakes. So the road not only shifts periodically, it opens up. And a lot of the area is landfill. So you can imagine when an earthquake hits in this landfill, how bad things open up. So, given the amount of traffic on this road, given the area, given the weight of the trucks, okay, a hole opened up. I knew where the hole was. I drive in the dark and, I make adjustments. One morning I wasn't paying attention. I hit that hole. The car bottomed out. If you don't know what that means the bottom of your car scraped the road at a pretty good rate of speed. Baby, in that split second, in that little bit of time, at that amount of speed, my tire blew, my rim bent, and I could go no further. So again, I don't know what my man was doing on the shoulder of the road and why he was yelling like Yahoo or whatever it was. But again, I know he got racked up.